Shedeur Sanders came from a lot of people that a lot of people trust and people think that are credible. I also think that Deion can't believe and doesn't believe that his son would do some of the things.
Shedeur Sanders didn't just sign an NFL contract. He flipped the entire system on its head. As a fifth-round pick, 144th overall, most people expected him to quietly earn his spot on the roster.
Shedeur Sanders was on the field. He was the star quarterback. He was featured on national television every week.
And I think that's incredibly unfair to the young man.
Instead, he came in with a deal that has executives scrambling and agents rewriting their entire playbook. What looked like a standard rookie contract at first, a 4-year, $4.6 million agreement with the Browns, turned out to be one of the most disruptive moves the league has seen in years. While the rest of the league was focused on first-round QBs chasing $100 million paydays, something very different was happening behind the scenes. Shedeur wasn't negotiating like a rookie. He was negotiating like a brand. He introduced something the NFL had never seen before, prime equity. And it wasn't just a marketing gimmick. It was a direct challenge to how value is measured in pro football.
Money in his pocket. That's why I said the prime equity is a concept that blends power, brand power, media leverage, and ownership mindset inspired by the legacy of Deion, Coach Shedeur Sanders, and carried forward by Shedeur Sanders. It's not a real contract clause yet, but it's a new age negotiating weapon for players like Shedeur who bring more to the table than just football talent.
Prime equity isn't about touchdowns. It's about everything else a player brings to the table. Audience, influence, content, merchandise, narrative. Shedeur came into the league already built like a media empire. He had YouTube vlogs pulling in millions of views, Twitch streams with live engagement, Instagram lives that looked more like fan rallies than social updates. While most rookies were prepping for combine interviews, Shedeur was monetizing every second of his college experience.
Ain't nobody came up with the word prime equity. A player's total value beyond the field, including their media brand, fan base influence, content rights, merch sales, NIL history, and ability to generate attention, revenue, and culture. It's the prime way of doing business, not just playing the game, but owning the attention, audience, and upside.
This wasn't just a football contract. It was a media deal, a business partnership, and a long-term ownership strategy rolled into one. And then the details started leaking. According to insider reports, Shedeur's contract includes a media rights clause buried in Addendum 8.1. It's the part that flipped the league on its head. If his content racks up 10 million views across platforms during the season, he triggers a $2 million bonus. Not only that, he keeps full ownership of all behind-the-scenes content. His vlog footage, live streams, documentary clips. The NFL can't claim any of it. He also negotiated a 20% cut of all Browns merchandise that features his name or brand.
Thing that matters, his real legacy, it's not the business, it's everything that he has taught his children.
Not just game checks, real product revenue. And perhaps most shocking of all, he secured a clause that gives him the option to co-invest in the team's future media ventures. That means Shedeur Sanders, a fifth-round rookie, has the right to buy into the team's entertainment assets like a venture capitalist. That's not just bold, that's historic. And
think about that.
All of that. He just arrived. He's a rookie. And by the way, while you're looking at him, you also want to see what Dillon Gabriel will bring to the table.
Yet, it fits who he is perfectly. When he was still in college, Shedeur was already earning serious money from NIL deals. Some estimates placed his income between $2 to $3 million a year before he ever touched an NFL field. So he didn't need the NFL to get paid. He already had the money, the following, and the leverage. What he needed was ownership, control.
Prime equity. Sanders, Shedeur's unique leverage as an elite athlete, content creator, cultural icon, and media mogul is in the making. He's not just playing in the NFL, he's bringing the entire media ecosystem with him.
That's why prime equity is such a problem for the NFL. It breaks the old system. For decades, players got paid based on a simple formula. Stats, wins, Pro Bowls. Now, suddenly you've got players coming in with millions of followers, media infrastructure, and direct-to-fan revenue. The old metrics don't tell the whole story anymore. And Shedeur isn't the only one. A wave of athletes with massive college followings is entering the league. If they start demanding similar deals, if they start treating their brand as part of their contract value, Franchises will have no choice but to adapt or fall behind.
Shedeur Sanders has signed a new NFL contract that includes prime equity and incentives, the first of its kind in league history.
This doesn't just affect players, it changes how teams operate. Some front offices are already bringing in content strategists and brand consultants alongside scouts and coaches. For years, the NFL has controlled the spotlight. Teams, not players, own the audience. But Shedeur flipped that. He brings his audience with him, wherever he goes. Every post, every stream, every vlog generates engagement the team can't manufacture. That kind of attention used to be the league's most valuable asset. Now it belongs to the player. The Browns didn't just sign a quarterback, they signed a media engine. Every time Shedeur's name trends, it's free publicity. Every piece of content he drops funnels attention back to Cleveland. And the best part for him? It's all monetized. It's all his. The NFL doesn't get a cut. And the league knows this is just the beginning. Agents are already rewriting rookie contract templates. College athletes with big NIL deals are calling their reps, asking, "How do I get a prime equity clause?" Owners are nervous, and they should be. Because if Shedeur pulls this off, the power dynamic shifts. The players don't just play the game, they own the narrative. This is bigger than a contract. It's a cultural reset, and it starts with one key truth. Attention is the new currency. The NFL used to dominate that space, but now players can go direct to fan. Shedeur can fire up a live stream, drop a limited edition hoodie, or release a behind-the-scenes doc at any time. And the views, clicks, and cash don't have to pass through the league first. Even the media middlemen, ESPN, Fox, NFL Network, aren't essential anymore. Shedeur doesn't need a press conference. He can go live. He doesn't need a sponsorship deal. He has his own brand. He's building legacy not through touchdowns, but through content, not through stats, but through ownership. He's treating his career like a business portfolio. Every stream, every piece of merch, every docuseries, those aren't hobbies. They're revenue streams, assets. And that's the part that scares the league the most. Because if more players follow his lead, franchises will have to evolve into media companies just to stay relevant. GMs will be sitting in meetings with social analysts, not just scouts. The battle for talent won't just be with other teams. It'll be with platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram for the hearts and wallets of the next generation of fans. When Deion Sanders said, "We don't sign contracts, we build legacies," it wasn't just a cool quote, it was a declaration. And Shedeur was listening. He's not here to fit into the NFL system. He's here to build his own. Prime equity isn't a buzzword. It's a blueprint, a warning, a weapon. And if it catches on, the league will never be the same.